Hey, boys and girls. Here we are on chapter 9, and it's lesson 6, add fractional parts of 10 and 100. Okay, so add, of course, add, you guys know that. Fractional parts of 10 and 100, you've been working on that, haven't you? Fractional parts of 10 and 100, those are tenths and hundredths. Okay, so for number 3 and number 6, the directions say find the sum. And you know the word sum, right? S-U-M. And that means the answer to addition. Don't forget those good vocab words, right? That comes up your whole life. Okay, so you know that we can't add two fractions that have different denominators because the denominators tell what makes a whole. So if you have 9 out of 100 pieces, those pieces are a lot smaller than 4 out of 10 pieces. Okay, if you had a pizza cut into 100 slices, those would be skinny slices, wouldn't they? So we need to find a common denominator. Okay, so I bet you did a bunch of these in class. You know that 10 times 10 equals 100. So we're going to use 100 for our common denominator. And if I multiply that denominator by 10, I have to not multiply the numerator by 10. Oh my Lord, by 10, right? Sorry about that. So I have to multiply the 4 by 10 because I can't just make this 10 times bigger and just say, yeah, it's still 4. No. So instead of 9 hundredths plus 4 tenths, now we're dealing with 9 hundredths plus 40 hundredths. Okay? So the 9 hundredths, good gravy. There we go. The 9 hundredths, we don't have to do anything to that because that denominator was already 100. So we add 9 plus 40, we get 49 over 100. Okay? Sometimes you get into a frenzy where you're like, add 0 to everything. And you're going to add a 0 to this, but no. That's already in hundredths. That's just plain old 9. Okay? So then number 6, those are two money amounts, aren't they? 25 cents plus 34 cents. So 25 cents plus 34 cents. I mean, you can change them to decimals if you want, but my goodness, 25 cents plus 34 cents. And those are, of course, hundredths, right? I added them. It's 59 cents, right? So, be official though. 59 hundredths of a dollar. Okay? All right, beautiful. I know there were a bunch like that you did in class today. I'm sure you're experts at them. All right, let's go to the bottom. It says Ned's frog jumped 38 hundredths meter. Then his frog jumped 4 tenths meter. How far did Ned's frog jump in all? So we have 38 hundredths. He jumped, the frog, and then the frog jumped 4 tenths more. And they want to know, how far did the frog jump in all? Well, we're going to add those two jumps, aren't we? 38 hundredths and 4 tenths. Okay, so 4 tenths we have to make into a fraction with 100 in the denominator. All right, times 10 times 10. That's exactly like the one we just did, isn't it? So 4 tenths is equivalent to 40 100ths. And so 38 100ths plus 40 100ths equals 78 100ths. I just mentally added the tens place and then the 8 plus the 0, right? So I bet a lot of you guys, let's just look at this really quickly. In class today, you did this plus 4 tenths, and you just put on a 0, put on a 0. that's okay to do that too. So then you have 38 plus 40 is 78, and then your denominator is the same. But don't forget why you're doing that, okay? You're just making an equivalent fraction to 4/10 that has 100 in the denominator. And like I said before, just don't go cuckoo and add zeros to everything. Be sure you're making the denominators the same if you need to make them the same, okay? All right, here we go. All right, let's see. This is on the back. So Greg spends 45 cents on an eraser and 30 cents on a pen. How much money does Greg spend in all? Well, look at these choices. $3.45 is the first choice. Now, if he spent 45 cents and 30 cents, is that going to be even close to $3 whole? No way. Okay, it's got to be one of these smaller amounts. And look what else I can eliminate. 15 cents. Both of those are greater than 15 cents. So no way to you. All right, so let's add 45 cents plus 30 cents. Oh, can you do that mentally? I know you could, right? So Greg spent 75 cents on an eraser and a pen. All right. Now we're already at the review. My goodness, you guys are amazing. Let's see here. A carpenter has a board that is 8 feet long. He cuts off 2 pieces. One piece is 3.5 feet long, and the other is 2 1/3 feet long. How much of the board is left? All right, let me think about this now. Carpenter has a board that is 8 feet long. Okay, 8 feet long. He cuts off 2 pieces. So one piece is 3.5 feet that he cuts off. And the other, there's the 3.5. The other is 2 1/3 piece that he cuts off. Okay, and so the question they're asking is how much of the board is left. So they're asking about this section of the board right here. How much of the board is left? Well, there are a couple of ways you could do this. You could subtract each of these. First, this one from 8, right, from the total, and then this one from that. But you know what I'm going to do? I think that, now see what you think of this, guys. I'm going to add up everything that he cut off first, and then subtract that from 8 feet. What do you think about that idea? Let's see. 3.5 plus 2 1/3, because that's what he cut off. All right, so we need some common denominators. 2 and 3 are not the same. So what is a common multiple of 2 and 3? Right, remember 2, 4, 6, 3, 6, 9. Ring-a-ding-ding. Okay, so the common denominator is going to be 6. Okay, and so then you go to each fraction and you say, okay, so 6 is a multiple of 3, but how did I do that? Oh, 3 times 2. What do I do to the numerator? Times 2. So 1/3 is equivalent to 2/6. And then up here, 2 to 6, well, let's see, it is a multiple. 2 times 3 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. So now I'm going to add the fractions 3/6 and 2/6, which gets me 5/6. And then I'm going to add up those whole numbers. 3 plus 2 is 5. So the carpenter cut off 5 5/6 feet. So now I have to subtract that from 8 feet. Okay, and see what I have left. So if I'm going to draw another board of 8 feet. Okay, so if I have 8 feet, and if I cut off 5 feet, chop, right? There's 5 feet. I cut that part of it off. Okay, so I still have 3 feet left over here. But out of those 3 feet that are left, I'm going to cut 5/6 out of one of those feet. Okay? 1 foot is, of course, 6/6. Well, they're all 6/6, aren't they? This is 6/6, this is 6/6. But the only one we need to worry about is this one that we're going to cut 5/6 off of. So if I have 6/6 and I cut off 5/6, I have 1/6 left. So I'm cutting off 5/6 there, and I have 1/6 left. So what do I have left here? 1 whole foot, 2, and that 1/6 that's left after I cut off these 5/6. Okay? So 2 feet and 1/6 of the board is left. And that is choice A. Okay? Ooh, they gave you some tricky other answers. None of them are like, I'm totally wrong. They're all kind of like, well, that was a good problem. All right, boys and girls, have a great night.